Hello, beautiful light workers. I've already got off to a false start. I just did the choosing of the cards and it didn't record, so I put them back and we're choosing again. As far as I know, this reading is going to be, how do your spirit guides see you? What is your biggest strength? I'm going to have 3 piles. If you've already picked your pile or your group, please go straight ahead to that. I will leave the timestamps in the description and in the comments as well. I assume everybody's over 18 and this reading is for entertainment purposes only. But welcome to my little bubble of light. Let's get straight on with the reading. Bye. Hello group 1, if you chose this card here, there's just the one card. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know what cards we're using. But I don't even know whether all the readings will follow the same pattern. I have no idea. I'm just going to follow the guidance as we go along. So let's have a look at... Oh, sorry about the burn on my hand. I burnt my hand on the cooker the other day. Cooking is dangerous, people. Cooking is dangerous. So let's have a look at how your spirit guides see you and what your biggest strength is. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles is all about physical success and also abundance. Now, when it's in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get that or that's blocked from you in any way. What I'm getting around this is that what they're saying is that you are much stronger in your focus on the truth of who you are, your spirituality, your connection with spirit, than you are about gaining lots of physical abundance, which is usually a good thing because that's usually how you bring it in, isn't it? It's usually when we're obsessively chasing what we're told we should want in this world that we block it because we have so many hang-ups about it. I'm getting a real sense around this that how your spirit guides see you and what they see your biggest strength as, what your biggest strength is. They've just said to me purity of heart. You have a really, really pure heart, and that is just so beautiful, isn't it? And if nobody else sees that in the world and nobody appreciates that in the world, please understand that your spirit guides do, and I do as well. It can be hard, can't it, in this world, having concepts of good as your basis to follow and believing that's the right way to go. The world really very rarely supports that. Let me know if that has been supported in your life, but it can be really, really tough. This, they're saying, is what's going to be leading you to your dharma, your purpose. I get that you've had that trampled on quite a lot. It's not sensible, it's not realistic, it's not going to make you any money, you shouldn't do it, is the kind of influence I'm getting that you've had around you. How big that is or how that specifically come about, I get that's generally in the world anyway. That's the general message the world gives, isn't it? But it's your purity of heart and your determination to bring good into this world that is going to lead you to your purpose. And your purpose, your dharma, is not about the sacrifice, it's not about struggling, it is about finding your joy and your happiness in the world. And you will find that, or have already found that in some ways at least, through this purity of heart and connection with source as well, they're saying, which is obviously where this comes from, our true nature, our true selves, which is love and peace and joy and connection, unity, consciousness. What's good for one is good for all, and karma, what I give out, comes back to me as well. And I get that that's a lot of this. You may not have felt this in your life, is what they're saying to me. You may not have felt this throughout your life. You may have felt that, thank you, you may have felt that you've suffered at the hands of a lot of people, and like I say, it is the world. But what they're saying is a lot of the things that you've been through are not only due to past life karma, but it's also due to it was in a way planned by your soul to make you the person that you are. I think very often people who have very easy lives are not the most purest of heart, or not the kindest. And when I say that, I'm not encouraging anyone to get trampled on by other people. That's absolutely not what I'm saying at all. When we have purity of heart, we have to learn boundaries, don't we? But the fact that the world hasn't stamped that out of you is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And please be very, very proud of that. That you still retain that purity and goodness of heart. And please be aware, however people react to that, people do see that purity of heart. And whatever you've been through before, in terms of suffering at the hands of other people who don't have pure intentions, they're saying very strongly to me here, this is about to change. This is about to change. And this abundance is going to be flooding in, because it's not what you're focused on. What you're focused on is the purity of your heart. It's not enough just to have things. That's not the objective. That's what I'm getting. And it's easy to say that when that's where you're coming from. But we all know that that is the exception rather than the rule. It's not enough to have things. Things won't satisfy your soul. They won't satisfy your yearning for joy in your life. And I get that you've always known that. Even if you've got sidetracked along the way by society's blueprint of what we should be and what we should want and what's the ideal. You've not been sidetracked by that, and your spirit guides are so proud of you that you came through that. And if you felt that you haven't gained that, and that means you are not a success. That was a bit of a tongue twister. You are absolutely and completely and utterly wrong. In spirit's eyes, in your higher self's eyes, you are absolutely 100% a success. You are achieving, have achieved what you came here to do. That is to retain this, no matter how dark it got. They're talking as well about ancestral lines being broken as well. I think that is a big thing that's coming up for a lot of people, is the ancestral chains, the ancestral karma is being broken, and you're the one that's breaking that. And that's not only helping you, that's not only helping your ancestors who are in spirit from the past, but it's also obviously helping the future line as well. And this is a huge thing. I think a lot of us, don't we get this pushed on us a lot, that if you don't have this, if you don't have that, if you don't have a good job, if you don't have a nice house in a nice area, if you don't have regular holidays abroad, and I'm not saying you don't have any of that, I don't know, but this is what I'm getting coming through. If you don't have that, then you're a fail. But there are other things that are important. And however much you look at other people and think, I wish I had that, it would not satisfy your soul, because you would not be completing what you came here to complete. Let me just get a few more cards from the Thoth deck. That was a pretty clear message though. Let's see if we can get some more. Yeah, a lot of this is to do with creativity, turning things on their head and bringing peace to the situation, refusing to see things how other people see them. When we know in our soul something is wrong, or at least wrong for us, there's the purity of heart won't allow us to live a lie. And a lot of that is about bringing that through in a creative way that other people can connect to, and bringing generally peace to the world. Now, I don't know how you do that. It could be that you... Let's get some more cards. I'm going to get some more cards. I'm just going to pull one more card. Bringing peace to the world. Bringing peace into the world. Making the world a more peaceful space. That's what I'm getting. Turning the old ideas on their head and refusing to step into that. Now that's beautiful. I've just taken the cards out the box, and that was on the bottom of the deck. Snake spirit, time to heal. I do want to give you that, but I do want to pick you another card as well. Please understand that if you felt that you're on the wrong path, if you have felt like you have failed, if you have felt like you're not where you should be, you are exactly where you should be. And everything that you've done, I'm not saying everything you've done is right. Obviously we all make mistakes, we all do things we regret, but where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. It's exactly where you decided you want to be. It's done. You've done exactly what you... That's absolutely beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. You have done exactly what you set out to do when you came here, and that is absolutely beautiful. No matter what the world tells you, this is more important. This is more important. Right, got carried away there. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Okay. Whatever the world has told you about the value of what you value, purity of heart, honesty, peace, creativity, not bending to rules that you don't deem good or right. Whatever the world has told you about that, whatever you see about that, whatever you've experienced about that, that is what you're meant to be bringing out into the world and sharing. Be generous of spirit. Share that. Support others. Help others. Your spirit guides are so proud of you and who you've maintained yourself to be, who hopefully you have rediscovered within yourself. And that is your greatest strength, no matter what the world told you, no matter what the world reflects to you. And as a fellow light worker, I completely understand that. Completely. But what a beautiful, beautiful soul you have, and what a beautiful, beautiful message. Your spirit guides are sending you absolute love and support, and they are so proud of who you are and what you have succeeded at achieving. And that is the message that they wanted to bring forward for you today. And that is absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely welling up. Thank you so much for joining me, beautiful Group 1. I am sending you lots and lots and lots of love and light. And please be very, very, very proud of yourself and who you are. Because this stuff is not easy. It is not easy. Thank you so much for joining me, beautiful Group 1. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do the YouTubey things. I'm too emotional right now to say it, but please do the YouTubey things. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love and light, and I really do hope to see you in another reading. Thanks for joining me, Group 1. Bye. Hello, Group 2, if you picked this card. Now, I did pull a few other cards for Group 1, so you may get a few more cards as well, but let's see what we get from this card. The Eight of Cups is all about walking away from a situation that didn't work out. I get that this has been quite a theme for you, walking away from what didn't work out for you. This card usually comes as a piece of advice, and it's always very, very positive. Sorry, I didn't say this reading, it's in the title anyway, but this reading is all about how your spirit guides see you and what is your strength. A lot of people, it's often easier to stick with a difficult situation, depending on the situation, of course, than it is to walk away. Walking away can often be the harder choice to make. But what I'm getting here is that your spirit guides are really, really proud of the fact that you have refused, point blank they're saying, they're making that very clear, you have refused point blank to put up with anything other than what is for your highest good. And you have come across a lot of things that are not for your highest good, they're telling me here. And it is a common theme with light workers that we do experience a lot of darkness in our lives, and often that's how we find our light, or re-find our light. And there is a lot of darkness in the world, or there has been, obviously it's clearing now. But dealing with that darkness is a real skill, and your spirit guides are really, really proud of the fact that you have seen that in many situations and in many circumstances, that what looked like reward was just empty cups. That's what I'm seeing here. What may have tempted other people, what looked like reward was just empty cups. Now, I'm seeing this on two different levels, and they want to make a distinction here. This is not just about walking away from relationships and connections that didn't work out and situations. This is also about walking away from thoughts, beliefs and lifestyle patterns that just wouldn't have worked out either. And what I'm getting here really, really strongly is family patterns, and that would have been what you would have seen, family patterns, but that all comes from ancestral patterns as well. And we had this come up in group 1 as well, walking away from ancestral, breaking ancestral patternings and refusing to accept ancestral patternings. But what your spirit guides are saying to you, what your strength is your ability to, or the strength that you have found to walk away from people, situations and family and ancestral patterns that were not taking you towards the light. And they've specifically just said that, we're not taking you towards the light, that you always focused on and followed that. I'm not saying you didn't make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all go down paths maybe we wish we hadn't. But how your spirit guides see you and what is your greatest strength is your ability to discern what is right for you and what is not right for you. And they are so proud of you for being able to do that. Let's pick a few more cards from the Thoth deck here, because we did that in the first poll, and see if, it's been a concern of yours, a worry that walking away is it the right thing to do, or is it the wrong thing to do? And it's been, what they're saying is, it's been quite a theme of your life, worrying about whether you'd done the right thing when you walked away. But what they're saying is that the connection to your soul, the desire, the swiftness, it says here, I'm not sure, I understand what they're saying. The swiftness of your soul refuses to not follow that truth within you. It can be put into our heads that we need to stick at jobs, we need to stick at relationships, we need to put up with this is just the way the world is. That's certainly something I personally experienced. It may be that you've experienced that slightly differently, but it's certainly the way of the world to impress that you need to just put up and shut up, or why can you not hold down the job that you hate with people that you hate for 30, 40, 50 years? Why can you not stick at a relationship that is just not fulfilling you, not giving you anything? But you always did the right thing. And your spirit guides are so proud of you to stick into that connection with spirit and that understanding that things may have been told to you in a certain way, but that doesn't mean that it's the truth. And from that is what they're saying to me is the emotional pleasure of your soul. It may be that, yes, you question, you worry whether you did the right thing or not, but you always followed your soul's guidance, whether you knew that that's what you were doing or not. And the things that you walked away from would not have caused you pleasure, either for your soul or for your physical body, because you would have been trapped in situations. This is what they're giving me. You interpret it however you see fit. Take what you find resonates and leave the rest. But you would not have found happiness or pleasure or joy or emotional fulfillment in the things that you left behind, and you saw that and you understood that and you followed your guidance. And this is your strength. Right, let me pick one animal card and see what comes out for you here. We have Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. Yeah, I got this too in the reading number 1 as well, but I'm sure we're all aware that we're moving into the global spiritual awakening and alignment, and especially as light workers. That's why we came here right now. And we all know, don't we, that as the darkness is being removed, I mean physical darkness, the people who have been, the ideas, the theorems that have been keeping the energy at a lower vibration on purpose. Obviously we all wanted to experience this physical reality, and we all needed that low vibration energy to be able to manifest as physically solid as we have. But now as that is being removed, it means that things are moving quicker and quicker and quicker towards the awakening. And as more people kind of get aligned to that and come into awakening, things begin speeding up, which also affects us light workers, which is not a problem, because we have a very swift spirit and easily adaptable here as well. But what they're saying to me here is the good in your life, the emotional realizations, the spiritual connection is going to be speeding up, and that's going to be expressing itself in the physical world as well. And the more aligned you are, the more awake you are, the quicker that's going to manifest positive outcomes. And your spirit guides are also saying there are very many people who did fall at this hurdle, especially light workers, empaths. Obviously we're empaths, we're connecting with other people. A lot of light workers fell at this stage, and they're really, really proud of the work that you've done. And it is hard work, and I do want to say that it is hard work. And I said the same message in group 1, but it is hard work, and it is difficult to see through that, what we're told, what everybody else is saying. But when we know in our soul where we're going, and it is gonna, they are proud of you, they are proud. There are people who didn't stick to that, who didn't adhere to that, and they've obviously going to have to now catch up. But you really they're really saying you are on the forefront here. You're on the forefront with this, moving forward and bringing that in to your own life and helping others. I'm getting a connect in, helping others connect in with spirit, because this with their spirit, with their soul. Obviously there's only one spirit, one soul, and that's all of us, but unity consciousness. But helping people connect in with their soul is really, really important, because that's what you maintain through all this. And refusing to accept the guilt and the fear that was placed upon you. And your spirit guides are really, really proud of you for doing that. Oh, hold on, I wanted to have a look at what was on the bottom of the deck as well. Oh, dog spirit! Be loyal to what you love. How beautiful. Be loyal, and that is exactly what you've done, isn't it? And we are seeing we're coming into a period of reward now for the hard work that you've been doing. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me, group 2. Please do the YouTubey things. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if you resonated with this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sending you lots and lots and lots of love and light, and I hope to see you in another reading. Thanks for joining me, group 2. Bye. Hello, beautiful group 3. If you picked this tarot card, and I'm going to turn it over, because just before I was going to start this reading, I heard really, really strongly over and over again, turn it around, turn it around, turn it around. Now, I knew that the message was about the card, but I want to give you that a message as well, because it came through really, really strongly, really unusually. I know how my guides communicate, and that was a really unusual way for them to communicate, so I do want to give you that message as well. Now, I don't know what this card is, but this reading, as you probably guessed from the title, is how do your spirit guides see you and what is your strength? So let's have a little look. Now, we are in reverse here. What's thrown me about this reading, sorry about the burn on my hand, I burnt my hand on the cooker by accident the other day. Cooking is dangerous. This is all about, as it's a one card, it's a spiritual card. It's about our spiritual connection and spiritual movement forward. And this card to me is all about spiritual swiftness. We just had swiftness, but in my Thoth deck in the group number 2. But this is all about swiftness, but it's in reverse because they said turn it around. I get that this is an odd reading, this is an odd message because it's not what I asked, but I get, they'll tell me how we're getting to where we're going. I get that you have recently become a little bit blocked in your emotion, thank you, I get it, in your emotional connection, sorry, in your spiritual connection and your spiritual movement forward. What they've just said to me is that this, don't worry, because this is a block that's come up for removal, and what they're wanting you to do is turn it around. Turn it around, because what you usually are is very swift, very connected. What they're telling me here is this has come from doubts that have been implanted in your mind by society and by other people, and they have the block has come up for removal so that you can question this and turn it around, get back on, get back into that spiritual connection, get back into that movement forward really, really swiftly. Because usually what they're showing me is, I can't think of the proper word, it's in the Winter Olympics they have like is it a toboggan that goes down the slide like thing. They have several people in this toboggan. I can't think of the film. Cool Runnings. Was it toboggan? I don't know. If you know, leave me a comment. I'm not really into sports. I'm not really into winter sports. So, but that's what they're showing me. But it's like swift movement, going down the slide, like taking the corners and knowing exactly what to do and being on the case and just moving forward so quickly. And what your spirit guide is saying to you is you haven't lost that. Don't worry, you haven't lost that. That hasn't gone anywhere. It's still there. It's still who you are. It's still how they see you. It's still what they're so proud of you being able to achieve in this world of contrast, where so many people just don't have this, do not have access to this, even to begin with. And this is your gift, this ability to connect in, this ability to follow that guidance, and the ability to process information really, really quickly. For your benefit, for your spiritual benefit, for your connection, and to moving forward into your full 5D spiritual experience. And if it's what you've chosen, sharing that with others as well. But you're not going to do that alone. They've just said to me, you're not going to do that alone. It's not about you doing that alone. There are enough people awake right now for you to collaborate with other people and work with other people and have that support. Has it been quite a lonely journey for you, group number 3? I think that's a common theme with this Lightworkers as well, that we just not really understanding the world, especially when you're disconnected in with spirit and you're this much on your journey. It can be quite lonely to be at that level. That's coming to a close. Just showing me a door shutting. It's coming to a close now. There are too many people awake. There are too many light workers out there for you to feel alone in your experience. And I do get what they're saying is at your level of awakening as well. But don't worry if you're feeling blocked. I'm going to turn it back around. They keep saying, turn it around, turn it around. It could very well be, from what they're suggesting to me, that the block that's come up for removal, the thought pattern or belief pattern that you've reignited or reawakened, is the one that you need to turn around. And it's as simple as that. Turn it around. They've given me an example I want to give to you. I get that this is not going to be exactly what everybody's thinking or feeling, but it's like the light workers who follow their path to spiritual awakening very often don't find that they have a great deal of physical abundance in their life. Like I say, this is not for everyone. This is just an example, because we don't find that important. There are more important things like following our spirit, following the guidance, and it could be for you that you were told or taught that you are not enough, you are not good enough, you don't have enough, you're a failure in this way or that way or the other way, because you are not following the consensus of society in what is worthy and what is not worthy. Yeah? Turn that around. You know there are more important things. And this has been the theme of the whole 3 readings, or at least it's certainly come up in all 3 readings, that you know there are more important things and you followed that. And your spirit guides are saying successfully. Right, let's pick some more cards. Whatever the block is that's come up, turn it around. And I've done a bundle on block and block removal on my membership site, on my website, starlightworkcircle.com. I'm pretty sure I've left some block and block removal videos on YouTube. There's more on my free stuff as well. But let's see what else we've got for you here. I'm hoping you can identify this block that's come up. The block that seems to be around building physical things in the world. It could very well, and you feel very sad that that has not turned out how you would have wished. And it could very well be that you are judging yourself because of that, which has led to a lowering of your vibration and so your connection. Your pleasure, your happiness, your joy lies in this connection. That's not to say you won't ever have this physical building of success, if you like, if that's what you want to call it. That doesn't mean you won't ever have that. But the block that's come up for you to look at, that's causing you to slip into some kind of sorrow here, is that you haven't got where, you haven't got where you think you should be at the stage in life that you are at. But your spirit guides are not seeing that. Your spirit guides are seeing something completely different. Your spirit guides are seeing a beautiful light shining in the darkness and leading other people like a lighthouse. Like a star shining in the darkness. Your spirit guides are seeing this as a lie. This judgment that you have had placed on you, that you are now working through. This is not the truth of who you are, and you know that. You know that. And your joy, your pleasure, your happiness, your fulfillment is not going to come from that. That's not to say that you won't ever have that. I would suggest that once you're through this block, it'll free up the energy to bring in more abundance. But right now, what they're saying is they are not judging you by this because they know that this is not true. They see you completely differently. And your strength right now is to turn that around and get back to your spiritual movement forward and your connection. Oh, and by the way, this was the final card in group 2 as well. So I don't know if you want to have a look at group number 2 as well. All 3 readings have tackled different aspects of the same kind of theme. They've all been very similar, but I do get that this is a collective consciousness thing. But let's pick another card and see what we get. No, we've got one more shuffle. Oh, you've got 2. Oh, whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Wow, white raven spirit, trust the magic. Wow, I am utterly blown away. Water and air, diving deep and flying high. Trust the great mystery and trust in the magic. I really don't know what else I can say about that. Emotion and thought, water and air. Emotion and thought. Following the emotional guidance, following the spiritual guidance, and working through swords, air, working through those thoughts, trusting in the magic and trusting in the great mystery. That is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely blown away with that. Let's have a quick look at what's on the bottom of the deck. Armadillo spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Yeah. What do I believe? What don't I believe? What will I accept? What won't I accept? And boundaries was kind of a theme for group 2 as well, because it was about walking away as well. Walking away from this, yeah. Walking away from the judgments that society's placed upon us. I'm so blown away by this reading. I really, really, truly am. I know your spirit guides are so proud of you because they have been indicating that, and that energy's been coming through. And just turn it around. They have absolute faith in you. This is your strength. That you can carry on moving forward, swiftness, moving forward swiftly on your path with your spiritual connection and your spiritual movement forward. I am sending you heaps and heaps and heaps of love and light, group number 3. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been an absolutely beautiful reading. I'm sending lots of love and light. Your spirit guides are sending you lots of love and light. And I just can't get over those 2 cards. Trust in the great mystery and trust in the magic in the mundane. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do the YouTubey things like share, subscribe, comment if you found this reading resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope to see you in another reading. Thanks for joining me, group 3. Bye.